So I was thinking about what to talk about. Um, there's mm, there's something that I want to discuss, and that is my late father, my second stepfather. You know, there were times where I was actually, you know, not happy, but kind of relieved of his death. The reason being is that he was very intimidating, and he used intimidation to gain control. Um, Now, for the record, I'll say, he never hit me. And when I say that, I mean that. Like, this is not to save his ass, or this is not to, like, paint him in a better picture. This is just, that is the truth. But there were times where he would grab me and keep me in a hold, or, like, have me against a wall, yelling at me for whatever I had done. And, I did stupid shit as a kid. I played in the street as a kid. Didn't get in as much trouble about that. But, there were other times where, there was one time where we were moving from our old house to this one, which we've been in for about 10-ish years now. I mean, we're renting this place, so, but we were moving boxes, and he was directing me to put boxes on a gurney, and, I wasn't understanding his explanation, because I was just trying to get them onto the gurney by sliding them on, or picking them up and putting them on, and, he got angry because I wasn't understanding, and he grabbed me by the neck and pinned me against the wall. He didn't squeeze my neck, he basically had me in a hold against the wall. And he was just yelling why, because he was angry, and, I guess it wasn't getting his explanation. So you guys decide, what kind of environment that is. I won't say more about that. But I think I get now why I get angry and lash out, because someone else did that to me. I'm not saying that it's his fault entirely, but I'm saying I probably picked it up. And, like I said before, a lot of that anger didn't go away, it was just suppressed. I never knew how to deal with it because he never taught me how to deal with it. I mean, because I could never be angry. Because if I was angry, there'd be consequences. Anyway. And then, I guess talking about my dream last night, I dreamt that my ex and I got back together after a while and went for a fresh start. In that dream, I was definitely a different person. Different than now. Better, I would say. And it is hopeful that I'm better. But, we'll see. We're slowly yet surely getting there. But granted, some of the previous things I've stated probably will stand unless, it gets better and better. Like I said, I have, I have some hours at a tutoring place where I was employed as a contractor, but, it's having a hard time getting hours. So it's not much, but, pays $26 an hour. And they said they'll talk to their director about giving me full-time hours. Now, of course, this is just tutoring, the SAT, other subjects. I also saw that they increased the difficulty of some subjects that they offer tutoring services, like differential equations and linear algebra. I do have a thick math book for physicists and, engineers, so I'm going to go through that again and just review, differential equations and linear algebra. Mainly, I just need to review a couple things from each course. Like, I have forgotten the derivation there was a linear algebra approach to solving second-order differential equations, which I had forgotten. I mean, because I mean, you can solve a second order differential equation pretty easily using a characteristic equation, but I'm not going to talk more about that. But it's how you get there, like how you decide, oh, this is going to be, well, no, it's not how you get there. There's another method for solving, you know, higher order differential equations that I want to review. I just forgotten it. But yeah, there was that dream. And, you know, then I woke up and realized that I'm back in my bed alone. And, you know, I've also mentioned in a previous video, you know, what I just miss the most is just companionship. You know, for some reason, I have people saying, oh, go out and go wild, you know, go off all these casual encounters. I'm just thinking, that means nothing to me, so why would I bother? You know, I was doing, I thought I was doing better before the breakup, but, you know, I guess, you know, some things just weren't in place for me, so. Oh, and changing topics. And also, sorry my voice is very low in this video. I haven't had a lot of water yet, but I am going to drink a bunch here in just a few. That deadlifting video that I uploaded yesterday, the reason why I had that little fit at the end was because I almost injured my lat. I was doing a narrow stance sumo deadlift, so it was almost like I was doing conventional, just with a slightly wider stance than normal. And my left lat was strained to hell after doing that lift. Like, I felt the lat really, really stretch as I was doing that. So I surprisingly didn't feel anything in my lower back, but I felt it in my lats. And, you know, had I deadlifted even just a little bit heavier, I probably might have torn something. And it's not even like, yeah, my form broke down a bit, you know. I would say it was still within the realm of being acceptable, but, you know, it was getting there. But, you know, I think I need to do more lat exercises, more back exercises to build my upper back. So that way I don't have that fatigue next time. I mean, because 415 came up pretty easily. 415 was almost nothing. But then, you know, 445, all of a sudden my left lat is literally stretching to the point where I thought, you know, if I went a little bit heavier, I would have probably torn it. So, that was the reason for the, you know, that little hand gesture at the end. Because, yeah, that did not feel great. But that was the last part of my deadlift session. You know, I had to go into that room because the gym was completely full. The only barbells were actually in that room. So I had to go out, bring weights one at a time into the room. And, yeah. And then unloading that was not fun. That was my other part of my workout. But I can also say I can hold 2 45-pound plates in each hand, not like pinching them, but holding onto them, and, you know, walking around with it. So basically, I can just pick up another me and just walk around with it, like it's nothing. So that kind of makes me happy. You know, I can hold 90 pounds in each arm pretty easily now. The most I ever actually picked up and held for any period of time was 475. This was, of course, on the shrugging station. So, you know, I wasn't in a deadlift position, but, you know, I still had to bend down, pick up the weights, and stand up with them. So, I didn't have to bend down far to, you know, pick them up. But it was more to practice grip strength. You know, for reference, you know, this is 150 pounds. It's pretty easy for me to close it now. I did not break out the 200s yet. I know I can close them, but the 200-pound grippers, they're a bit difficult to break into. So, and my tendons are actually kind of strained, so at least in my left hand. So probably not a good idea I do that with my left hand. But I also have a Captains of Crush version of these. They're a little bit wider, so they're built for bigger hands. So it's definitely more challenging if you have smaller hands to try and use them. But that's one method for how I improved my grip strength. So anyway, I think I rambled on long enough. Going to, drink some water, maybe go on a short walk, and then get ready to head out and get some coffee and wait for my art friend. So anyway, hope you guys have a good day. I'll keep you informed about how the meetup went. Maybe if there's any plans as well. I don't know. I mean, granted, right now I'm just spending money for my own sanity. Getting Ubers to go around places. I mean, won't really need that in a few more days or maybe another week, so. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.